I tell my boyfriend, are you trolling me?
Mhm.
He's like, no, I really didn't take them. I don't have any pots with me. It's like, right. Growing up, it was kind of hard to find friends who were girls, who were my age, who were also interested in gaming. Like when you're raging and you're in a ranked game and then,
Yeah.
oh no, I'm gonna get mad because it's not my fault that I'm doing that. Is really the lag. I always blame the lag.
Welcome to Beyond the Call, where we get to know our Sophians both in and outside the workplace. Today we're joined by...
Hi, I'm Eonna and I'm the payroll officer for Sophie Outsourcing.
And I'm Adrian Limbaga, your host. One thing before we start, I think by the time this will be uploaded, we are on Spotify. So make sure to follow us on Spotify, Sophie Outsourcing, and we'll be uploading all our episodes there as well. Anyway, so payroll. Can I get an advance today?
Oh no! That's it's so funny because every time I pass by employees, that's pretty much it. What everyone asks me, Yon, when's the payroll?
Really?
Yon, are you done? Yon, will it be early? Okay, I'm pressured. Soon. I always say soon.
But is that like the most absurd thing that they've ever asked you, or is there like, whether it's within finance or within the ops area, what's like the most absurd question you've heard?
Ooh, an absurd question. I think, this one is like a recent thing. So for confidentiality purposes, I'm just not gonna mention any names, but there was someone who had their pay held and then they didn't come to work, but they really demanded like, hi, I'm not going into work, but I need money now. So like, how do we explain that? When you're not working, you don't really have pay. A lot of things where we have to be empathetic about how we respond to that question. But yeah, sometimes you just have to like slow down and like try to understand where the other person is coming from. So yeah, there's been a lot of times that kind of happens, especially with payroll, because money is such a sensitive thing to think about.
True.
Yeah.
I've always been curious because, I mean, this is my first job, just to be clear, but does the CEO and like people higher up, do their payroll go to your system as well?
Oh, for sure. I have everyone's pay. I prepare everyone's pay, and for how I do payroll, I specifically make sure that what employees' attendances look like, they reflect correctly on the payroll. So we also compare what their contracts look like, what are the amounts, what are the details, so they should reflect correctly on their payslips and the amounts that they receive. So yes, all the managers, the CEOs, from housekeeping, everyone in the company, yeah.
I see. Okay, so let's just imagine that the cameras are off. Tell me, Miss Chloe's. Kidding. Joke lang, Miss Chloe. Don't. You mentioned that you're into gaming and anime. Do people at work know that you're a gamer?
Not really. So I don't think anyone would expect like this little 4'11" girl who's quiet, who rarely talks and spends like 40 to 45 hours just looking at numbers every week. I don't think they expect me to spend my free time on Minecraft or doing campaigns on Left 4 Dead shooting zombies. Like, I don't think that question comes up when they look at me. Like, I don't think I look like I do that, especially with how serious my job makes me act. It's such a huge, a vast difference where I'm at work, I'm very serious, but then on the other end, on the other spectrum, I also need something that makes me feel like I'm not really serious.
So, like, do you think there'll be a difference now? I mean, essentially, this will be out, and they'll see that you're a gamer. Do you think there'll be a difference, or?
I don't think there'll be a difference anyway, but feel free to say hi. If you want to game with me, that's really cool. I don't really have a lot of people in real life who reach out to game with me. Like growing up, it was kind of hard to find friends who were girls who were my age who were also interested in gaming. So a lot of the times I made friends with boys, and then we would play games together. And I think that just came from growing up with two older brothers. So that's just been the influence for me. And like I grow up and I see them playing games and they're having fun, and then they ask me to join them. So that's really fun. That's good memories growing up. I really loved the games, and my cousins and my brothers, they exposed me to those. Yeah.
I really relate to the whole friendship group not being gamers. Because as growing up as well, I played a lot with my brother. We had an Xbox growing up, but when it came to other games, like I'm not into Dota or I'm not into League.
Yeah.
I'm like more first person or single player mostly games. So I understand the whole sort of growing into a person just gaming alone.
Yeah.
Feels lonely sometimes, but I appreciate it now.
It's a very safe space. You don't need to pretend to be someone else. You're just playing and you're enjoying by yourself, and there's nothing bad about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mentioned growing up with two older brothers. What do you guys play usually?
Ooh. So it's a bit complicated because my gap with my brothers, they're 9 years and 11 years older than me. So I was really the baby of the family and the only girl. There were just three of us, and I was the youngest. And sometimes they would try to like keep it PG, like don't tell mama, don't tell papa that we're doing this. And I think I just learned to enjoy it and not really see it as violence. Like, do you know how recently, people are blaming Roblox and all those games for the violence? But I don't think those really stem from that. The way my brothers played with me, like games with me, a lot of the times they would play the game and I would watch them. I'd be just there sitting down, watching them play the game and learning from how they're playing the game. I really remember my eldest brother, he played Final Fantasy VII, and this is a really old game, like the really original Final Fantasy, the really blocky texture packs. And I was just always asking, oh, what does this do? Why did you do that? Why did you go there? And he'd get so annoyed with me that he'd just let me play instead. So I was like, this is so fun.
Speaking of, with the whole issue, I believe that it's not the games that make up the violence. It's usually the lag.
Oh.
Do you agree with that statement?
Like when you're raging and you're in a ranked game, and then oh no, I'm gonna get mad because it's not my fault that I'm doing that. Is really the lag. I always blame the lag. A lot of people, there's those people who can't control their emotions and they get mad at the computer and show violence, but it's a good practice to control your emotions as well, because if you're able to manage your emotions that way, like, oh, you think about your feelings. Why are you angry? Like, oh, I shouldn't be angry. It's just a game. Yeah, it's really how you manage your emotions. Yeah.
That's true. So should more people take up gaming for managing their emotions?
I would like to promote gaming, yes, because it's a really good experience actually for anyone. I don't know, in this day and age of technology, it's so easy to just pick up a game. Like Genshin Impact, if some people still play that game, you could just download it on your phone. You could play with people, even just on your phone, you could play it anywhere. Even shooter games, you can also play it. There's like PUBG Mobile and all that. And it's a good way to interact with other people who are outside your own bubble as well. So you're exposed to different ideas, different personalities, and it just widens your range and your outlook in life. So it's a nice way to get out of there without really
going
out.
You mentioned Final Fantasy VII specifically. Is that like your favorite game of all time, or?
It's really my favorite game of all time. I think it just stems from I grew up on it. So Final Fantasy VII came out on the same year I was born.
Oh.
Yes, so 1997, I literally grew up with this game. And now that a few years have passed, and oh my god, we're almost 30. But the game also developed, and now there's, if you heard about remakes of the game, it's been remade, and a lot of people who play the original games really felt their childhood coming back to them playing that game. It's a really nice experience. Just Final Fantasy, at first if you play it like as a young child, you don't really understand what's happening. And then you replay it a little bit later when you're a bit older, and then you understand the story. And then you replay it again a few years later, and they're like, oh, this is actually a really deep story. And a lot of the themes that you learn from playing the game, you kind of internalize it, and it makes you ask questions that you wouldn't have asked if you didn't really get exposed to that. Yeah. Like, for example, I think Final Fantasy VII, it made me realize that not a lot of, or like a lot of things are not really black and white, black or white. So a lot of things are gray, like who's good, who's bad.
Yeah.
So there's this villain in the game. He's like the ultimate villain. His name is Sephiroth. He's painted out to be this really evil guy. But is he really evil? Or did people cause him to become evil? So who's the real villain in the story? You know, it's like, oh, as a child, you don't really think about that. But growing up makes you think like, oh, there's a lot to it. There's a lot more to it than just what's presented.
So you mentioned replayability.
Yeah.
Do you sort of play it differently now? Are you more strategic, or do you just usually focus more on the story and just ram through the gameplay?
I'm really big on, as much as possible, getting like 100% on everything. So I don't know if this is like a trait that older players have when they play older games. They just run around the entire map to make sure they don't miss anything. And they go to every corner of the map checking for secrets, spamming X. Maybe there's something hidden here. And a lot of times there are hidden stuff. So when I replay the game, I feel like I need to get all the achievements. So it's just a really nice experience to play through the game, know also the story, and also make sure that you kind of do better than the last gameplay that you did.
Final Fantasy VII, well, Final Fantasy in general is JRPG,
Yeah.
correct? But you mentioned you play more of the cozy sandbox games or the very stressful first-person shooters. Where does JRPG fall for you? Is it more cozy and relaxing, or is it more stress?
I think just because it's a single-player game, it is a bit leaning towards the cozy side of things. But I think I can relate it with Payroll as well, that like you're on your own, like you're doing this and it falls on you to make sure you do everything correctly. So the stress is like, oh, I'm putting that on myself kind of thing. So even though it's cozy, it still feels rewarding when you're able to like fight off a boss without getting knocked out, or you're doing the combinations right and all of that. So yeah, it's cozy but also fun and exciting.
I see.
Yeah.
I have so many questions about games. I've never nerded out on the show before.
Yeah.
Sorry, since we're talking about RPGs, recently, I think it was last year, there was this game called Clair Obscur Expedition 33.
I'm planning to play that soon. Yeah.
I was about to ask you, how have you played it? Because I've only played, I think, until Act 1. And besides, I think if you could even call Pokemon an RPG game, that was the only thing that like really caught my attention. Besides the game, what really caught me was the music and the acting. It's really good. But then I had this gameplay that it's not only taking turns, you also have to parry, you have to dodge. And it's such a unique experience, at least for me, because I'm not into JRPGs or RPGs in general. So that my question is, sorry for really long introduction. If someone were to ask you what's a good RPG game to get into, what would you suggest?
A JRPG specifically?
Yeah, JRPG or RPG in general.
Would you say Baldur's Gate is a good game to get into? Have you tried it before?
I've heard about it, and it's so long.
It is until you play it, and then you lose track of time, and then you're done. And then you can replay it again. So I think a lot of the D&D fans, like I wasn't really a D&D fan growing up, because again, like my friends weren't really into those kinds of things. So Baldur's Gate was kind of like the first experience I had with D&D. It's a lot of like, they incorporated dice rolling into the game, so there's a chance of like crit or missing, so it's fun and it's not really predictable all the time, and it's just really fun, especially when you play with friends. So you can make up a party of 4 people and you can play together, and you can follow the story. There's different ways you could play the game. You could be evil, you could be good, you could be neutral, chaotic, all of that. You could just mess around and do random stuff and explore. And yeah, there's a lot of things that you could encounter in the game. And for someone who is new to gaming, I would really suggest that they could get into Baldur's Gate. My experience for sure will not be the same as your experience, and that just makes it really cool when you meet someone who's played the game but played it differently. And it makes you like, oh, maybe I should try playing it again, then a different way.
Yeah, I heard there technically like an endless amount of ways that the game finishes.
Yes, pretty much.
And there's some that even until now, there are paths that players haven't even gotten through.
For sure, yeah. Because there's paths that are very specific. Like, maybe you need to befriend this person, but become enemies with other person. And if you don't do that, that path won't be open to you. So it's really about exploring the possibilities, or maybe looking up a guide if you really wanna unlock all the achievements. Yeah.
From sandbox games to like the chaotic first person to your RPGs, how would you say you relate the most when tackling life?
I think the easy answer would be to say life is like a survival game. So the most recent game I played was Sons of the Forest. So this is the sequel to the Forest game. So it's basically like a sandbox survival game, and you have to gather resources. You make a base, you get food, you get water, and then you progress based on how much you explore. So I think life is like that, where you start off with nothing and then you just explore, and if something resonates with you, you choose it, and then it unlocks more paths for you to develop. You become a better person, you gain more skills, and in time life gets easier. Sometimes life gets harder, because like in survival games, the higher your level, the harder the enemies are. It's just like life. Life isn't linear, but you just power through them pretty much to get to the next level.
Oh, you mentioned Sons of the Forest, and you told us that you finished it this last weekend with your boyfriend.
Yeah.
What was a moment during the gameplay that made you guys stopping the game, just pausing, laughing, being mind blown about like a detail or a cutscene?
So I played Sons of the Forest over the last month for about 40 hours. So after work, we'd hop on the computer and we'd game together. And this game is really buggy. Like, it's been out for years already, but there's still some bugs that they don't fix. And I think because people enjoy it, they just leave it in there. One of the things that we experienced was there's these pots in the games, and you need pots to get potable water, or you cook food in it, and you can gather them from all around the map. When you put it in the base, sometimes they just disappear. So pots just keep disappearing, but I didn't know about the bug initially, right? I kept getting pots. I got 5 pots. I was like, okay, this is good. This is enough pots. And then the next day they would like disappear. So like I tell my boyfriend, are you trolling me? Are you keeping all the pots? Are you putting them somewhere for me to find later and there's just a pile of pots there? He's like, no, I really didn't take them. I don't have any pots with me. It's like, right. So I just keep looking. Maybe he put it somewhere in the base. And then I didn't believe him until a pot literally disappeared right in front of me. Like, why does this happen? I spent so much time gathering pots and they just keep disappearing. So after that, it's like, oh, I'm really sorry. I'm sorry I didn't believe you. But after that, I just have a pot in my bag every time just to make sure it's ready there.
What's your hot take on gaming?
My hot take.
Yeah.
I don't want to get hate. I think Dota players are just...
Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah, not that.
Okay.
Everyone. Well, you know what I'm trying to say. But you guys can do better in life. Just don't get mad. You know. Anger management. Yeah.
I see that you have a lot of tattoos on one hand. What's your story?
Oh.
How'd you start getting into tattoos?
So the thing is, I got all this in one day. Except for the two here, which I got a few years before the sleeve. But I pretty much got the entire sleeve in one day after I had the life-changing experience. And it made me just realize like how much I was missing out on life. That specific experience that I had, like what was holding me back. Like when I was still a child, I always thought, oh, colored hair is cool, nails are cool, tattoos are cool. Why didn't I get them? And there was just this day like, oh, my birthday is coming up. What do I want to gift myself? It's like, oh, I'm gonna get a tattoo. And it just I felt really myself with it. Like it didn't feel weird to have it. I felt like I've always, this is what I was supposed to look like. It just really felt like me. I just really like how it looks. And the red and the black, I really like red and black together. Like everyone in my life, my friends, they know that I'm the red and black girl. Like we have our colors. Each of us, we're like rainbows, and I'm always the red and black girl. It's like, I'll just solidify that.
So do you plan to get more tattoos, or because I heard that once you get one, it's sort of like an addiction that you just start getting more and more.
I kind of do want more, but I'm just not sure where I could place it. Like, I'm not really into the idea of like hiding your tattoos. You're getting a tattoo already. Why are you hiding it? It's nice to maybe on my leg or something. Like my boyfriend and I, we were thinking of getting not like the same tattoo, but like matching kind of corresponding tattoos sooner or later. That might be something that I'll look into. But yeah, I think I'm still sticking to the red and black thing. It just felt really nice for me to stick to that. Yeah.
Okay. So you're an introvert?
I am. Unfortunately.
Well, I don't think it's unfortunate,
It depends.
But yeah, so you're an introvert who enjoys alone time, but you also work in a corporate environment. And spend hours gaming, whether it's your boyfriend or just gaming in general. How do you manage that tension between needing solitude and being constantly connected? And where do you recharge the most?
Here in our company, there's a lot of people, and especially with my specific role, I'm pretty much connected to each and every employee. And whenever anyone has a question, I'm always ready to answer. So the extroverted side, I guess, or the personable side of me is always present there when I'm at work. But I have to admit that my battery really does drain. So after clocking out, it's like, oof, finally silence. My brain is quiet. I don't have to be cheery. Gaming allows me to balance that out. So after a long day of work, being surrounded by people, I balance it out by being alone and enjoying my quiet time, or even gaming with friends online. It feels like a complete 180 of my personality, from my day personality, my night personality, or work in work and outside of work. And I think I really need that to feel sane, to make sure I don't burn out, to feel like I'm a home person. So just the balance of it. I like being able to provide service to our employees, but personally, I also feel the need to have quiet time to myself. And if you ask me which one I lean more towards, I really would say I love my personal time and my quiet time. And it's just nice feeling comfortable and the quietness and the silence at home. And there's no drama and there's no stress. It's just me and my games.
I've had moments where I just stare at my screen and I have a lot of games to play,
Yeah.
but I have no energy to play any of them. Do you feel that way too?
For sure, like when I was younger and my setup wasn't like complete yet, like I have to use my brother's computer. Oh, I always have energy to play. Anytime I'm free, I want to play. And then the older you get, you're just like, had a long day at work. Do I really want to play? Do I want to get stressed by this game as well when I just got stressed the whole day? But I think you have to differentiate the stress. There's fun stress, like the gaming stress of it, where you're just, it doesn't really matter. Like no one's gonna sue you for making a mistake. I make sure that I only have a few games installed at a time to make sure I don't get overwhelmed. So I know if I want to play a game, I'll just play this one because that's available. But if I don't have time to play that game, I'll uninstall it. And then maybe I'll look for it the next time when I'm done with this game. So like we finished the Sons of the Forest earlier. So now we're looking for another game that we could play. And that's gonna take up another 40 or more hours again. So maybe when we're done or when we get bored, we can play another game.
I see.
Just don't get overwhelmed with too many choices.
Okay, so how about Steam sales? I know they're pretty notorious for ruining my wallet. Especially during like summer and winter sales. Those are like their biggest sales of the year. Was there a game that you just kept in your wish list and no matter what sale came up, you were just like, later. I'll save it for later.
I think I'm just praying that Subnautica goes on sale. Like they never go on sale, or if it does go on sale, it's just a little bit. But then the newest Subnautica that came out, I really wanted to play it, but it is just a bit expensive.
Yeah.
And then there's another game called Grounded. I'm not sure if you've heard of it, but it's like your little people
yes.
that are in the ground. So there's Grounded and there's Grounded 2, but Grounded is still more expensive than Grounded 2 for some reason. So it must be really good. So hoping it goes on sale as well. It's just there in my wish list.
I've seen gameplay of Grounded, especially of this Filipino influencer with his daughter, si Sansan.
I see Sansan.
So adorable. And like kind of intrigued me with the game as well. But I don't know, maybe it's not my type of game. There's always that because you're spending money.
That's
right. It's not just for a lot of games there are demos, but then for some it's just you play it or you don't.
Yeah, and it when you buy it, it's bought. It's there. You spent the money.
You can't sell it. Especially on Steam.
If you play for less than 2 hours, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
So there's always that.
But I also believe that there are some games that need time to marinate.
Yeah.
Like it's a very slow start, or I forgot which game I bought, but when I initially played it, I was like, wasted my money. And then I think I played it a few months later. I was like, yo, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
Do you have games like that as well?
Ooh, that I had to marinate in. I think for a while, for the longest while, I really played like Apex Legends. But I played since season 0. I don't know why I kept playing. I have like 3,000 hours on that game. But I tried to pivot from that. And then I looked for other games that were already in my library, right? I think Baldur's Gate was one of those. Because like I didn't really want to play it, but people kept telling me to get it. So, like the first playthrough was really like, I'm so confused. What is this? What am I doing? Why am I clicking this but it's not working? Why are we going towards this? But like the second playthrough, I was very excited already. Like, oh, this is how you're gonna play the game. So sometimes it just takes playing the first pass of the game, or even if you're not gonna finish the first playthrough that you do, like knowing how the game works makes you excited to play more of it or to finish it even.
Yeah, I understand. What's the most creative excuse you've given in a social setting just to go home and play your games? And did they believe your lie, or they're just like, ah, we already know you?
I mean, I think I'm not a very creative excuse giver because I think the most believable excuses are something that's not outlandish, you know. So I think my go-to excuse would always be, oh, I have an event to go to, but then the event is just me, myself, and I at home, you know. But to me, that feels like an event when you're taking care of yourself. Like when you're burnt out, you have to make time for yourself as well, because when you're stressed emotionally or mentally, and you don't take care of that, that could manifest physically anyway, and you get sick. You'll be on sick leave anyway, so why wait for yourself to be sick when you can prevent that and take care of yourself? But yeah, I tell my supervisor or my colleagues, oh, I have an event to attend to and I'm taking the day off. But I think they can always kind of tell that there might not be an event, but they can also tell that I look stressed. So I think they understand anyway that I need it. I need a break.
Yeah. So let's try to pivot a bit differently, and talk about anime for the next 45 minutes. Okay. Such a long episode. No, okay. So this, you mentioned anime. What are the types of anime that you watch?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not like a super fan of everything, you know, but if there's a cool thing that everyone's talking about, I'd watch it. I'd binge all of it. I pretty much like the recent one I really like that I think is people not give enough credit about it is, have you seen Hell's Paradise?
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah, not a lot of people talk about it, but I've seen it and I really like it. Like I really like the art style. The way, what's the name of that zombie one? The zombie
Zom 100?
Zom 100 one. I think they started all the really bright colors and it's just really nice to look at. And the way Dandadan is also made. Just, I think I like a lot of animes that are visually nice to look at. There's a lot of dynamic movement.
Have you seen Demon Slayer?
I've seen Demon Slayer, yes, but I don't think I've finished. I haven't seen like the movie. But yeah, I really like it. A lot of people hate on it for some reason, but like if you like it, you like it.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's fun. Like they're not trying to take your job. It's just for fun.
In terms of visuals, I can really suggest the movies. They really put so much effort into the movies
Yeah.
that every movement, every animation, just it feels like relatively like a live action. Sometimes the way they light it, they quote unquote
That's
light
the
it.
3D stuff.
No, just the way they make light look, and it's very cinematic.
Light is really nice.
Yeah.
When it's animated, yeah.
A personal favorite of mine that I think I can rewatch a lot is Haikyuu, of the recent animes. I don't know, there's just something about the way it's written that it's not sports focused. It's about a lot of the players, a lot of the people, and the sport just becomes their connecting way of making the narrative.
I've never really got into Haikyuu for some reason. I think it's just the sports. Like, why do I want to watch volleyball?
Yeah.
But yeah, people talk about it, and maybe I should watch it one of these days. And like another one that I thought I wouldn't like was Food Wars. When it came out, like, why do I want to watch food in anime? And then it's like, oh, that's why.
You made me remember something. When Food Wars was new and everyone was talking about it, God, we're so old. I remember when it first came out, and I was like, "Oh, hey, it's about food." And so I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna watch it." And then I was just watching it on my phone loudspeaker, and I didn't know that there were yeah, I didn't know it was a fan service type of show. I was like, oh, hope people don't think that I'm watching. Because, I mean, even the first episode, there was already fan service. I was like, whoa, let's let that nah.
That's pretty much all of the recent animes, actually. Like, Goblin Slayer, all the first shocking episodes, just to get you hooked on it. And then they add the cool stories after that.
Yeah.
It's nice.
It's always the fan service.
Just don't watch on loudspeaker the next time you watch.
I never did. I just kept watching on headphones instead. But yeah, and I think a recent one that I think visually is really nice. Story-wise, it's kind of slow, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm giving it time to marinate. Witch Hat Atelier. The art style, I can sort of connect it or compare it to Studio Ghibli type, where like the eyes are very expressive, nature looks realistic enough. The colors aren't vibrant, but they look real. But yeah, it talks about witches and still magic and stuff. So they put that into that. But as an art style, you could take a screenshot, put it on a poster, and be like, "That's great."
I should look into that. So it's really gonna get me hooked. I really like visually nice things in anime.
Ooh, and their spells. I mean, when they animate the spells, it looks really nice as well.
Really the light.
Yeah.
When they animate light, when they should pay their animators more when there's more light, actually.
Let's wrap it up na lang. I mean, this is a really good conversation, but you got stuff to do. We all got stuff to do. So if you guys want to see more of Eonna, make sure to comment down below. Request her somewhere. I don't know.
Find me on Sophie Outsourcing.
If you could go back to and tell your younger self, the one who was gaming with their brothers, the ones whose friends didn't get it, and the one who was trying to, you even talk about your art making, and the one who watches anime.
Yeah.
What's life advice that you could give your younger self? And please look into this song.
Hi, younger Eonna. Life is hard, but I think if I was able to talk to you right now from where I am, I'd tell you that it's okay to like things that people don't like. People tell you how to live your life, how you're supposed to live your life, but if that's not making you happy, you shouldn't have to follow what they tell you to do with your life. Like, you yourself know what makes you happy, and you should do that. And don't be scared to follow your heart and to do something that makes you happy, but others might not be happy with it. But if it's not hurting them, you shouldn't even have to worry about that. If you're growing, if you're learning, if you're not hurting people, you're loving yourself, that's the most important thing. So, then just keep going. You'll turn out really good someday.
Okay, and that ends this episode. We're trying to make it into a thing that the last part is very reflective, and so far every episode I've done with the reflection, you guys are so nice to yourselves.
It's a process.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening or watching wherever you guys are checking this out. If you guys want to see more, make sure to subscribe, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify recently. Want to see more of Eonna with our tutorials or just having fun? Make sure to subscribe. Ching.
Thanks for having me.